Hello, how's everybody doing this weekend? Of course, it is Mother's Day weekend. So I have a special guest with me today, and that's Camden. I thought his mom would enjoy seeing him help me out. Can you say hi, Camden?
Hi.
I said to say hi, Camden. Okay, you don't have to do that. All right, this week is going to be a little different, and let me explain why. As you can see behind me, this is an ugly green background. I am experimenting with something, and if it works, then right now you will see something different behind us. If it did not work, then I just snapped for no reason and it's still ugly green behind us. We'll see how it goes. We're going to keep videoing whether it works or not. This is what's going to be for this week's video. So if it just is ugly green, and I know the lighting's all messed up, I'm sorry. It's just some things I'm experimenting with. But we're going to have a good time this week. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a game, watch the game video, and we'll be right back after this. All right, this week's memory verse comes from Proverbs chapter 1 and verse number 8. It says, "My son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother." Proverbs 1:8. Make sure you work on that this week and learn that verse. Well, as you know, Mother's Day is this weekend, and I hope you have something planned, a gift or something special. We have something for Mom, don't we? And I already sent something to my mom who lives in Kentucky. And in fact, here's a couple pictures of my mom and me when I was young. So look at these. And I know I had a little bit of an ugly stage. I wasn't always as cute as I am now. But it is important to remember to always love your mom and respect your mom, be thankful for your mom. We'll talk about that a little bit later in our lesson. But I can remember even as a young little baby, I was very appreciative of my mom. And you guys know how good I am at corny jokes. Pretty good at the corny jokes, right? I was good even as a baby. I was good at telling corny jokes. Can you believe that? I was funny when I was a baby. Have you ever seen a video of me telling jokes when I was a baby? I have a video of me telling jokes when I'm a little baby. And you'll see that in just a minute. But a lot of times what happens when you're a child, when you're young, you don't appreciate what you have. You don't appreciate your parents. You don't appreciate your mother. And then the older you get, the more you understand and you love them and you respect them and you see why they said the things that they did. And so it is important to learn as a child to remember how important your parents are, especially your mother, especially around this time, Mother's Day. So here's a video, a sneak peek, a video of me as a cute, little, adorable baby being funny and telling some good things about mom. So watch this video.
Well, I just wanted to tell my mom Happy Mother's Day, and I tell you, I just have the best mom. When it comes to parental love and support, I definitely hit the mother load. Get it? Seriously though, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to the woman who provided me womb and board for 9 months. Womb and board. Seriously though, I can still hear my mom telling me all the good things that how she's gonna take care of me. And I guess you could say I still have that inner mama-log. I guess you could say though that you are definitely the optimum when it comes to being a mom. You right? Am I right? I tell ya, be very grateful for your mom. Never take your mom for granted, and always tell your mom that you love her and that you're thankful for her, and pray for her, and always honor and respect her. Always take care of your mom. Happy Mother's Day. It won't be long before I'm all grown up and I'll be a big boy. Happy Mother's Day.
And we'll be right back after this. Oh, Camden, I don't know why I keep forgetting to bring a snack for snack time. Remember that last video when we had the snack time and I was just eating chips because I forgot the camera was on? That was crazy. Can't believe I did that. How embarrassing.
Dad, the camera's still on.
All right, as you can hear the music, it is time for our corny jokes of the week. And I have 10 corny jokes picked out that have to do with Mother's Day or with moms, and they're going to be fantastic. In fact, Camden's going to help me with a couple of them, 3 of them. Here we go. Here's the first one. All right, you guys ready? Why was the cracker so happy to see his mom? Because he had been a wafer so long. He had been a wafer so long. Get it? A wafer so long. That was terrible. Scratch that one off my list. All right, why don't you do that one? That's a good one.
Why did the teddy bear's mom want a big lunch for Mother's Day? She was already stuffed.
That's a good one. Good one. All right, here's a good one. What color of flowers do mama cats like to get? What color of flowers do mama cats like to get? Purple flowers. Purple flowers. All right, scratch that on the list. All right, how about you do that one?
What did the baby Egyptian say when he got lost? I want my mummy.
Want my mummy. That's a good one. Good one. All right. Here we go. I've got one for you. What did the mother horse say to the baby horse? It's way past your bedtime. It's way past your bedtime. Okay, you can do that one.
What did the digital clock say to his mom? Look, Mom, no hands.
Nice job. Nice job. What did the mother broom say to the baby broom? It's time to go to sweep. What did the mother rope say to her child? Don't be naughty. You get it, like put a knot in there. Okay. Why do mother kangaroos hate rainy days? Why don't you do this one?
Why did the mother kangaroos hate rainy days? Because their kids have to play inside. Can I do that?
Get it inside the basket? No, let me do this one. You ready? You can ask the question and I'll give the answer.
What did the mother bullet say to the daddy bullet?
What did the mother bullet say to the daddy bullet? We're gonna have a BB.
Our song for this week is I Am Who You Say I Am.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me, his grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died
Well, I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about Mother's Day and just appreciating our moms. And of course, we know from the Bible that we should be honoring our mom. We know the Ten Commandments tell us to honor thy father and thy mother. And of course, we also see the example that Jesus set. Remember when he was on the cross and his mom came and she was there at the cross, and the disciple John came and Jesus said, "Behold your son and behold your mother." He was asking John to take care of Mary, take care of his mom, because he knew he was going to be dying and then ascending to heaven not too long after. And so Jesus wanted to make sure that his earthly mother, the lady who helped take care of him as he was growing up, that she was taken care of. And it's a very important lesson to learn how valuable and how much we should take care of our moms. But I wanted to look for a few minutes today at some important mothers in the Bible, some important moms in the Bible, and we'll just read a couple verses about them. And these are just the first ones I thought of. Of course, there's plenty more, but these are just some that I wanted to go over today, and I want you to think about some of the lessons we can learn from them. So the first one is in 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel, and it's in chapter 1. 1 Samuel chapter 1. And verse number 11. And this is a lady named Hannah. And she did not have any children. She prayed often for children. And in verse 11, whenever she prayed to the Lord for a child, she said, it says, "Then she made a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your maidservant, and remember me, and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life." And so she was promising God that if God would bless her with a child, she would raise him to follow God all the days of his life, and she'd be willing to give the child back. And boy, of course, then we know she did have a child, and his name was Samuel. And he became very important to the nation of Israel and just a great prophet to the nation of Israel. And so that was the first one I thought of. Another mother that I wanted to look at is in 1 Kings chapter 17. And this is a widow in a town of Zarephath. And in 1 Kings chapter 17, we won't read all the verses there, but the story is that the prophet Elijah, God told him to go to this town in Zarephath, and he would find this widow, and when he met her, he was supposed to ask for food, ask for her to give him some food. And of course he did. He found the lady, he asked her for some food, and she told the prophet Elijah, "I only have enough supplies to make one more loaf of bread, which is just enough for my son and I, and then I have no more food, and then we're just going to starve to death." There was a famine in the land, and Elijah said, "You need to do this. Obey God." She obeyed. She went. She made the food for the prophet, and when she did, God kept supplying the need and kept increasing the oil and the flour there for her to continue to make bread. Now, she obeyed God, but what is really neat is not too long after that, her son died. And so she went to the prophet Elijah and said, "You're here, you took all of our food, and now my son is dead." And Elijah went in and prayed, and God healed and brought the boy back to life. Now, if she had not obeyed God initially, allowing the prophet Elijah to come back and get the food, then Elijah would not have been there to be able to let God work through him and heal that boy. So what a great lesson and a great example of a mother. Another one is in Luke chapter 6. And of course, this is a lady named Elizabeth, and she is cousins to Mary, who we'll talk about in just a few minutes. But in Luke chapter 1 and verse number 6, they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. She obeyed all of the laws of the Lord. She was blameless. No one could find any fault in her as far as obeying God. And of course, God blessed her with a son, John the Baptist. Of course, we call him John the Baptist. And he went forward and proclaimed and prepared the way for Jesus. So what an incredible example of a mom. In fact, Jesus himself even said of John the Baptist that there is none greater born of women. Boy, what an honor Imagine being that mother and hearing Jesus, the Messiah, say that your son is the greatest born of women. That's pretty good praise there. Another mother, and her name is actually Mary, but not the mother of Jesus, is Mary, the mother of John Mark. And we know in the book of Acts that she allowed the disciples and the early church to meet in their home. And when the story of Peter being released from prison and they came back, that's where Peter came. And they were having a big prayer meeting, praying for God to release Peter. And so what is great about her and what I love about her is that she raised her son around the servants and the followers of Jesus. He was around the disciples. And if you have a mom who makes you go to church, then be thankful for that. If your mom wants you to be around followers of Jesus, be thankful for that. And don't fight against that, but be thankful. And that's an important thing. And then another mom in the Bible is a lady by the name of Eunice. And I do want to read this verse to you in 2 Timothy. And she, of course, is the mother of Timothy. Timothy was a young man who Paul helped guide, and he was a pastor of a church, we believe, in the town of Ephesus. And in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 5, Paul is writing this letter to Timothy. He says, "When I call to remembrance the genuine faith that is in you, which dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice." And so what a great example she was, that Paul would even say, Timothy, this is one of the reasons why God is enabling you to be a pastor of a church, because of how your mother raised you. And what an amazing example of a mother. And then, of course, we know Luke chapter 1 and in verse 28 through 30. Well, let's read it. And this is the story of Mary, the one who would give birth to Jesus. And in verse 28 is when the angel came to her, and the angel said to her, "Rejoice, highly favored one. The Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women." When she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and considered what manner of greeting this was. Then the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God." And of course, God used her to give birth to the Messiah, to Jesus, the Son of God. And what an amazing mother she was. And of course, we know that the Lord took care of her when he was on the cross, as we mentioned earlier. And I want to say a couple things to you. First of all, no one on earth will ever love you like your mother. No one on earth will ever love you like your mother. And let me be clear about something. I don't mean specifically the lady who gave birth to you. I'm talking about your mother. Maybe you're adopted, or whatever the situation is, the lady, the woman who is taking care of you, who is being a mother to you, I'm telling you, God gives them a special heart. And no one, not even of dad, no one will ever love you as much as a mother. So you need to be very thankful. So I'm going to end today's lesson with a few rules to follow, and I'm going to put them on the screen. And so as I say them, and I want you to remember them. A couple of them are kind of silly. But first one, here's number one. Hug your mom. Hug your mom. Never feel like you're too old to hug your mom. Hug your mom. Number two, thank your mom. Always tell her thank you. Thank your mom. Here's a good one. Leave your mom alone when she's in the bathroom. When your mom goes into the bathroom and closes the door, don't knock on the door. Just wait until she's done and she comes out. Leave your mom alone when she's in the bathroom. Number four, bring her breakfast in bed one day. Now, maybe you're going to do that on Mother's Day, or maybe it's a different day. Don't only limit it to Mother's Day. Do that every once in a while. Now, you might need help preparing the breakfast. I don't want you just to go on your own and start cooking, but bring her some toast. Bring her a muffin. Whatever. Bring your mom breakfast in bed one morning. Take care of your mom. Next, pray for her. Your mom is praying for you. I promise you. You need to pray for her. Here's something else you can do for your mom. Get along with your siblings. Get along with your brother, your sister. I know it's hard sometimes. I have a little brother. Wasn't always easy to get along with, but that would be one of the best things you can do for your mom. Here's something else. Be thankful for your time with your mom. You will not always have your mom here on earth, and you need to be thankful for the time you have with her. Here's something else. Ask your dad sometimes. There are some questions that you don't have to go to your mom about. You can ask your dad. In fact, here's a great question to go ask your dad. Hey, Dad, where's mom? I'm just joking. Don't ask that. But ask your dad sometimes. And here's the last one, and this little lighthearted. Remember, Mother's Day ends at midnight, and then start preparing for Father's Day.